Beginning with the poem, the poet states that two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Two roads diverge means that they have parted their ways in a yellow wood. So what happened? The poet was traveling into the forest, and as he was walking, it was just one road, and as he was walking, he came to an edge of the road where he realized that two roads were dividing. There was a diversion in a yellow wood. Yellow wood means forest. So poet was traveling and he into the forest, and there he saw a road which was divided into two parts. So it diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler long I stood. So now the poet says, and being a single traveler, he was just one person, so he could not travel both the road together. Obviously it's not possible because one road is going, the poet is not aware where the roads are going. So what happens with the travelers, most of the travelers who actually go on discovering things, they never make a plan, they never make a map, they never take that with them कि हम लोग इस destination पे जाएंगे, or they do not have any fixed ways, they do not have it. So it is something random because they want to discover and see कि कहाँ पर कैसे जा रहे हैं. So this is something which a traveler does. So poet, he was also a traveler in this poem, and he says he started his journey into the forest, and when he came at the fork of a road, he knew that the roads were dividing, and now being a single traveler, he was unable to decide which one to travel, because he stood there for a very long period of time, looking as far as he could, realizing which road to travel. So be one traveler, so being a single traveler, he was very sure that he could not travel both the roads at same point of time. And looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So being a single traveler, he just stood at the fork of the road and started looking at the roads as far as he could. So he started gazing at the road till the end of the road, as far as he could see before the road actually bends. Now if you see ever, the roads are not always straight. Either they'll have an end, or if you go especially into the forest, so the roads mostly they go down. So you can see that there is a very slip, or at the end you can see the road is actually going undergrowth. So he stood on the corner edge and started looking at both the roads and realized that both the roads and started looking, comparing the roads, starting what is the benefit of one and what is the advantages and disadvantages of the roads till the road actually bent. So he looked till that point where the road actually bent. Then he says, then took the other just as fair. So he has not mentioned the name of the roads. It's just that he has said road number 1 and road number 2, and he took the second road. He took the second road just as fair because he felt it was fair to take second road and having perhaps the better claim. Now he says according to him the second road had a better claim. Now why it had a better claim? Because it was grassy and wanted view. When he started comparing both the roads, he realized that the second road was grassy. There was all grass grown up, and it wanted wear. It wanted somebody to travel upon it. Now when he started comparing, he realized that one road has a lot of footmarks on it, and the other road was completely grassy. It means nobody has traveled upon it because the grass was very fresh and he could actually feel it. And the road, he felt as if road was itself telling him that please come and walk upon me, because the road wanted somebody to wear. Wear here means that somebody to travel upon it, to pass by it. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. But he says as he started his journey and as he started walking on the road, he realized while passing on the road, he realized that both of them are actually quite similar. They are very similar, and warned them really about the same. And warn them again, it means the travelers have travelled upon these two roads equally same. Now here, poet is not just talking about two roads. poet is also talking about the decisions we make in life. Sometimes we are in a dilemma. Dilemma is a confusion. Okay, it is a confusion which road or which like whenever you have two or more choices, you are in a dilemma which choice to actually choose, which option to actually choose. Now he says, the poet is actually comparing the roads with the decisions we make in life. Many times it happens that we are in a fix that we have so many choices and we have to choose one option out of it, and we are always in a confusion कि ये better है, वो better है, and then we analyze, we see all the advantages and disadvantages. अगर ये किया तो इसमें ये होगा, वो किया तो वो होगा. We keep on analyzing things. But my question to you is, whenever you are analyzing things, do you think the decision is always right? Sometimes it could be right, sometimes it could be wrong as well. Moving on further. And both that morning equally lay. Now the poet is saying that morning both the roads equally lay. It laid down equally. In leaves no step had trodden black. So poet says that when he saw the road, again he's coming back to the roads, and he says when he saw the road, they both equally, poet thought that these both are equally, it looked very similar to him, as the leaves which were actually fallen on the road, they have not trodden black. Trodden black means when somebody steps over the leaves and the leaves actually turn black and brown because of the feet or the shoes, or you can say because of that of the person. Now he says that, and that morning equally laid, both the roads laid equally, because no leaves on that road had trodden black. The leaves were very fresh which were laying on that road. Oh, I kept first for the another day. Now poet again says that he has kept the first road for another day because he felt that this time let me go on the second road, and first road I'll come back and I'll travel some other day. But he also knew the fact very well, yet knowing how way leads on to the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now the poet says that he knew it very well, that road lays onto road. One path leads to the other path. The roads are never ending. One way will lead to another way, and it is very hard for him to come back and go on the first road again. He knew it very well that it is equal to impossible for him to come back at the same point and travel the first road, but he was happy with his decision. He said that I have made a decision and this is what I'm going to do. I will, though he also knew that he is never going to go back on the first road, but still he's trying to convince himself that if he ever get a chance, he would actually travel on the first road. But he knows how road leads on to the other road. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Now poet as actually saying has actually traveled the road, and now the poet is telling the people that whenever he would be telling about his choices, he would always be telling it with a sigh. Sigh is when you take a deep breath like this and then you tell somebody your story. So this is the meaning of sigh. Now somewhere ages and ages hence. Somewhere ages and ages hence means after many long years, he would be telling his story to people with a sigh. He would be taking a deep breath and then narrating his story to the people that two roads diverged in a wood. That there were two roads which diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by. And which road the poet took? He took the road which was less travelled by the people. He did not took the road which was more travelled. He gave his one very good reason that he has chosen the road which was less travelled by the people. Now see here, there is one thing which tells about the poet. I took the one less travelled by. He clearly made his choice and took the road which was less travelled. So this tells that he is very adventurous. He wants to try new things. He is not somebody, poet is not somebody who follows the crowd blindly. He is not somebody. He wanted to make his own life, make his own path, make his own ways. That's why we can say that poet is very adventurous. And he wants to try different things in life. He does not want to do whatever the world is actually doing. And that has made all the difference. Then the poet ends the poem with a very vague note that has made all the difference. Now difference could be good also, difference could be bad also, it's not clear. So the poet, he just says, and that has made all the difference. The difference what is in his life, it is because of the choices he has made. Now coming to the actual meaning of the poem, what the poet actually wants to tell people is that in our life many a times we see we might have encounter with choices. We might have encounter where we have to make very wise decisions, and no matter what decision we make, no matter whatever you do, there is something that you are going to have in future, and that is a little regret. No matter what road you choose, even if the poet has chosen the first road instead of second, he would still be having the regret that agar second pe jata to maybe my life would have been better. This is something that always happens with the people. Suppose I'll take an example. Suppose it is about your future. You decide to make your career in something. Okay, like even after 10th, you'll have a choice whether to go for medical, non-medical, art, or commerce. So no matter what you take, there will always be little regret. Hamesha rahega. As the poet has taken second road, but still somewhere he is regretting कि अगर मैं first पे जाता तो maybe my life would have been better. Maybe the things I would have seen on the first road would have been better. This is like always happens with humans. Like whenever you have a choice, you will always regret. A little regret will always be there. No matter what decisions and how wisely you are making your decisions, it will always be there. Now at the end, when the poet says, and that has made all the difference. Now difference could be good also, difference could be bad also. Now we can say maybe when the poet started traveling into the second, when the poet actually took the second road, maybe he met with a lot of difficulties which he thought he would not have faced in the first road. So that's why he says that has made all the difference. But actually, as I told you in the beginning of the poem, Robert Frost started writing in such a style which was very opposite to what is other contemporary poet were actually writing. Contemporary poet means poet of that period of time. So that's why he says, and that has made all the difference. It was very hard for him to decide either to write down in a very different way or to follow what already all the other poets were doing. And his decision has actually made all the difference. Where he is now has actually made the difference. We are reading Robert Frost. He's a very well known poet because he took another road, because he made a decision and started writing in a different way. That's why he became very popular, and that has made all the difference in his life. So that was all in the poem. Let's read about the conclusion. So the central idea of the poem is life gives us many opportunities. One has to take decision and stand by it. So in your life, you will get many opportunities in your life. You will get many choices. When like the first choice, the hard choice you have to make is after your 10th standard. Then it will be in your graduation. Then it will also be in your when you will start seeking for your jobs. It's just a little career advice I am telling you, but otherwise also many times there will be a time that you have to make a decision. Like every day also, if I talk about, there is a little decision you have to make, like regarding your food, what to eat, what not to eat, whether to eat healthy or not to eat healthy. I think maximum time you might be having this dilemma कि आज healthy food खाऊं या आज unhealthy food. So this is something you have to make a choice, and whatever choice you will make, it will make difference. If you're going with healthy food, your body is going to be healthy. If you're going with unhealthy food, your body is going to suffer. So your choice is going to make a decision, is going to have an impact upon your body. So this is what the decisions we make actually shows the difference, and whatever decisions are making, we have to stand by it. So poet wants to say that many times whenever you will get an opportunity, no matter what decision you are making, just stand by it. There should be no regression. People should not regret about the choices they have made. Like the poet says that he will be telling it with a deep sigh. the deep breath. He'll take a deep breath and then tell it to people about it. People should not regret about the choices they have made. You made the choice, you should be happy about it. Whatever consequences it will bring, good or bad, it does not matter. But the decision was yours. You should be feeling proud upon it, that it was your decision. You should stand upon your decision instead of thinking what log kya kahenge, what people will say. That was your decision, just stand by it. No matter decision is right or wrong, one has to make a choice. After analyzing, after comparing the things, after making advantages and disadvantage list, it is no matter what will happen in future, no matter how the future is going to be, it is going to be good or it is going to be bad, the choices will have a good or bad impact, it does right or wrong impact, it does not matter. What matters the most is how you are making your decision, how you are taking your choice, and how well you are standing upon it. The decision made will affect our life and cannot be retraced, so take your decisions wisely. So poet, when he also says that I'll be telling this with the sigh, he also tells that it is your decision and it is going to affect your life. It can be good, it can be bad. If it is bad, you will obviously have regret. You will always be regretting about it. So before you actually take or make your decision, you should always think about it wisely. Like the poet, when he was standing on the edge of the road where the two roads diverged, he was thinking very deeply. He analyzed both the roads and then he took his decision very wisely. This is what poet is telling people to do, his readers to do, that whenever you are making your decision, it should not be taken blindly. You should actually think, and wisely then you should act upon it. And this would actually affect your life, because once the decision has been made, you cannot undo it. You cannot retrace it. Retrace means कि जो हो गया वो हो गया. You cannot go back and change it. Poet has already traveled the road. Even if he meets tiger or even if he is dead on that road, he cannot just go back and bring himself back to life. Though it did not happen, but just I'm telling you for an example. Jo ho gaya, that is being done. You cannot undo the things. So before doing the things, just think wisely and then do it. This is what this poem has actually taught us.